YouTube vlog, October 4th, 2024, 12:49 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm in the center of the San Juan Mountains. I was here to take a little break and get a little breather from my frustration at myself on not having made a perfect video on my last YouTube video. I talked about the value of learning video production skills in this day and age and why it's so important. And I shot outside and showed the difficulty of how difficult it can be to manage your camera settings when shooting outside. And then I wanted to transition to my home video studio, which is brand new because I just moved into a new place and it's not fully set up yet. And I don't think I did as good of a job on the lighting as I could have. I did the best that I could with what I had, which I think is the lesson for anyone. But today I want to talk about why we let perfection stop us from pursuing our goals, why we let it slow us down, and what we can do to overcome that and stay consistent and be okay with ourselves, even though we're not perfect or exactly where we want to be yet. So, like always, I think best and release my stress when I'm outside. So I came to hike this mountain and I took this smooth road deep into the mountains and it got me up here real close to the peak. So I'm going to go up there to that saddle up there and go up the peak and maybe a neighboring peak and have a nice afternoon stroll above 13,000 feet and talk about these things. So let's go ahead and get going and keep moving forward, even though we are not perfect and have not achieved all the goals that we want yet. We don't have that desired state, but the only way to get there is to keep on moving. So I'm going to keep on moving despite the wind affecting the quality of my microphone here, but hopefully my hat is helping. And yeah, stay tuned because it's going to be a great YouTube video. Vlog October 4th, 2024 with Brady Snow. This is my dog here. She likes to dig for mice and she won't stop digging holes until I tell her to come. Or she catches it, but she never catches it, so it's an endless game of dig, 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 sniff, 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 dig, dig, dig. And I always wonder what the poor mice are thinking when they're in there. But anyway, she's a good time, so I let her do it. All right, so with any challenge or goal, the first part's often the hardest part, just getting started. Like me, getting up this hill, it's a little steep, but you just gotta keep putting one foot in front of the other. Eventually, once you get going, you break past that mental resistance where you feel like it's hard. You're only thinking about how challenging it is and how much easier your life was before you started doing this challenge. But if you can just get in a rhythm where your mind is only focused on one step at a time, continuing forward, slow but steady progress, you get past that hump where you feel like you can't do it. And you stop thinking about how much easier your life was before that. And you put in that progress that you need to just keep going. So I've been doing that for a while now, and I'm almost to the top of the ridge up here. Once I'm up there, it should be a lot smoother sailing. And I kind of feel, because when we'll be going along steadier ground, it won't be as steep. We are going up that mountain. The final push will be another challenge, but once we're above this, we're going to be having an easier go. And we're going to have reached a milestone, a checkpoint where we actually feel like we've made some progress. We have a better view. And at that point, it makes it a lot easier to gear up for the next push to work towards that goal. So I'm going to keep on going, send it up this ridge. I feel so much better having accomplished this ridge. My breathing's not as hard. It's not burning as many calories with every step. And smooth sailing for the time being until we get to that peak. This is kind of how it feels once maybe you get your video gear set up and you start shooting and you get your first few lines or scenes done. You have a sense of forward momentum and progress, and you're able to feel a little bit better about yourself, about how far you've come. So that's a confidence booster, and that's not a time to get deterred by any hiccups or challenges that come along the way. So much like climbing a mountain, video production can be accomplished and simplified without having advanced production experience or knowledge. So I'm going to keep climbing this mountain. All right, so we ran into a challenging part of the mountain. It was a little loose. We decided that we're going to contour around the mountain and try to take a little easier route. I do think we could have gone up that way, but sometimes if the challenge is more effort than it's really worth and there is another way, it's worth going the other way and trying things out. You might run into these issues with video production journeys, putting out consistent videos or trying to hack the algorithm or just really trying to find your narrative voice and your niche and your style. But the truth is, there's always a solution, and you can either try that route that was the challenge or find another way and be flexible and adaptable. This is true with any endeavor or challenge in life, and I want to get up this mountain and see the view. So I'm going to keep trying to do that, and I'm going to keep bringing the video camera along. So let's round this mountain and see if we can get up to the top. All right, so let's have a little mountaintop chat here with my favorite peaks in the background, Uncompahgre and Wetterhorn Peak. I summited those years ago. But the Ute tribe, who used to live and hunt in this land, say that on the top of Uncompahgre Peak, which is the highest peak in the San Juan Mountains, by the way, on the top of Uncompahgre Peak, there's a specific rock where if you put your ear to it, you can hear the heartbeat of Mother Earth. And I want to know what specific rock it is. I don't know if I'll ever find out. I might just have to go summit that peak again, put my ear to a bunch of rocks, and we'll find out. But anyway, I gotta make my little windscreen here because the wind's coming back. Anyway, here I am at the top of the mountain, and I feel pretty great. I'm no longer stressed out. I had a exercise and workout to get here, and some clean, fresh air, and these beautiful, vast mountain views. So I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not in any way, shape, or form upset that I screwed up the lighting on my last video anymore. So that has something to say about getting outside and exercising and getting fresh air and clearing your mind, whatever that means to you. This is just how I do it. But I also think that the lesson there is that I picked up the video camera again and I'm shooting another video, and it may not be perfect. You might get some wind in some of these narrations that I'm doing, and that's okay. I'm doing the best I can with what I got, and it's about the message that I'm delivering. And so if you've watched this much of the video, you are at least following me and curious to see how this ends and where I'm going with this whole video. And I think that is the moral of this vlog, of this story, is that when challenges arise, when you get frustrated, that's okay. What you need to do at that point is find your zen, find whatever it is that calms your mind, whatever activity that is that calms your mind and allows you to release your stress and empty your mind. And when you can do that and come back with a refreshed mindset and pick up where you left off or just start again, you're in great position to continue growing and improving on your skills. And I think we get trapped in this mindset where we compare ourselves to other people, or we compare ourselves to the vision that we have for ourselves and where we actually want to be. And we may not be there yet, and that's okay. We got to stop being so hard on ourselves when it comes to self-critique. And we got to know that we are not perfect. And even if we're very good at something, we can still make mistakes. And that's where the beauty is, actually, is in the imperfections. That's where your true audience, if they're going to stick with you through your little imperfections, which, by the way, they may not even notice. Most people don't notice these little things. And if they do, they don't think about it for more than a second or two. And then they move on with the content, with your stream of content. And that's fine. We are the ones that are the hardest on ourselves. So I think being less hard on ourselves, accepting imperfections and mistakes and frustration as part of the process, and learning to dissolve that frustration as fast as possible is huge in our own journey in working towards a goal or some challenge that we have. So though I'm not a perfect videographer, I prefer to just write and share my ideas and make poetic verse, as you saw with the crow sequence earlier in this video. I saw that video is an important skill to have, and I have goals that I think video will help me get there. So I want to keep practicing craft. I want to keep being consistent and putting out videos and sharing my message. And if I have a little side quest, a little side tangent with something that I'm interested in, that's okay. That's what makes me me. And if anyone is going to stick around and be an audience that engages with my stuff or subscribes to my YouTube channel, by the way, go ahead and subscribe if you like this and you want to see more videos. I think that putting your interests and your little side quests in there is what's going to make you unique and stand out. And that's all part of finding your personal style. So I told you about the Simplify Home Video Production email course. I think it's a great place to start if you're learning video and you just want to start getting the basics of video down, the fundamentals, and learning your camera settings and what it takes to capture video that is usable, that you can share with other people. I think you should start in your home video studio. That could be in your living room, in your office, in your bedroom, or you can start shooting outside if you want, but you can apply these basics to your video knowledge and learning, and from there you can build on that foundation of skills and maybe start shooting videos on mountains or in a city, wherever you want someday. So if you're interested in that, you can check that link out in the description. So I think that about does it for this educational and inspirational vlog. And I think I hit the 3 pillars of engaging content: entertainment, inspiration, and education. I'd like to think I did. And if you made it this far in my video, I thank you. You are one of the 10% or less of viewers who make it to the ends of YouTube videos. Most watch time on YouTube videos is not very high, so I'm very grateful for you to tune in and watch it this far. And I hope to see you on the next video. Please subscribe if you're interested. And if you wanted to check out that last video that I talked about the importance of video production and why it's such a valuable skill to learn, there's a thumbnail on the screen and you can click that. It's also in the video description. And yeah, go ahead and browse my channel. I have some old videos. I'm starting to create some new ones and flesh out this content and continue finding my video voice and personal style as I move forward, mistakes and all, imperfections and all. So thanks for bearing with me on that, and we will see you on the next video. I gotta go find my dog. She's somewhere on this mountain. I kind of totally forgot about her because I was shooting this vlog. Anyway, I'm gonna go find her, and yeah, see you on the next one.